the topic is no tax on tips bad policy? My position is essentially I would be for eliminating the income tax and replacing it with a consumption tax, like a value-added tax. However, if we are going to have income tax, it should treat all income derived from labor the same way.
Okay. I just think, I'm going to be honest, I don't know very much about politics and policy or whatever, but I look at tips restaurant workers, right? I think it's a little kind of, I don't want to say low in a way, but I just find it kind of odd that not only are they having to pay the, state or their federal taxes, but the taxes that they earn on how they do their job is also being, there's a percent of that also being removed. I just think it's a little kind of a weird, I don't know.
Yeah, so the way that I would view tips is essentially as performance-based compensation. You do a good job waiting a table, you're rewarded with a tip. But when it comes to other forms of performance-based compensation, like a software salesman who gets bonuses for every download of software he sells, or a car salesman who gets commissions on the cars that he sells, or an investment banker who gets a big year-end bonus that might make up like half his total compensation. In all those cases, we have performance-based compensation being taxed as income without some special exception. And I think that to be fair in tax treatment, tips would have to be treated the same way. So one of the reasons I really don't like it, and I think it's kind of dangerous that some Republicans clap for Trump when he says the no tax on tips thing at rallies, is because I don't like it when politicians give special handouts, essentially just to gain votes, when it's clearly unfair to everyone else, which is the way that I would view the no tax on tips thing. And it's worth pointing out, Kamala Harris also supported the policy, she just didn't win. Mm-hmm. So it's really just a bipartisan criticism of me not wanting government to pick winners and losers.
Okay. I can definitely see what you mean by that. That definitely makes a lot more sense. I just kind of read it and I kind of just had to think about that one for a second, but I definitely see your position on that.
But I would be in favor of completely getting rid of the income tax, which would thus make no tax on tips policy by default.
It would be a lot more beneficial for everyone rather than, I guess not everyone, but
it would treat everyone's income the same by not taxing it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I just want to hear your opinion on it.
Good to talk to you, man. Thanks for the question.